here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it, they do. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Again on second and 10, it's Ryan. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And there's so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Now they face a third and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They go play fake. Mahomes. Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
So first and 10 now from the 30. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Coleman now. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's Coleman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On play action, it's Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in it.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Bruce Irvin in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Z.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again. Deion Jones. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And he gets this away. And look at this. This is a good one. This will be taken at the 10. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Reggie Ragland in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Here's Ryan to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there, Ryan to Jones. 49 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
He's going to get it running right. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost.
Hey, wait. 11. On. Stay at home. Hey, gun.
And that'll set him back 5. How crucial will those 5 yards be? We'll see as they come up again here, 3rd and goal.
Hey, express. Hey, let's go.
Now Ryan. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons will add on to their lead.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Chiefs now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Go! 39.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Now it's Ryan. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Chris Jones. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. 3rd and long. It's Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
Gun, gun, gun. 4 down, 4 down. Check. 4 down, 4 down. Gun, gun, gun.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Hey, express, express. Ready, 25.
On 1st down, Ryan drops it off for Coleman. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
11.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
There we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. And just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now Ryan on 2nd down. Going underneath, it's Coleman. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Hey, express, express. Hey, right ass, right ass.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Terrell McClain breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. On second down, here's Mahomes. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let... And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. So we're at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This will be taken in after 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10 now. Ryan. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Let's go.
This is Coleman. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Watch the whip. Hey, left. Hey, straight out. Go.
Coleman. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That good for 22 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go. Motion, I got one. Gun.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Finding room to the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my...
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. So with 2nd and goal, still had a couple of downs to work with. They tried to sneak, and they got in.
I like the idea that they did it early in the down and distance count. 2nd down as opposed to waiting later on. I think it fooled them a little bit, but how about the push they got up front to get the quarterback through?
Big push and a touchdown to boot. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
Hey, here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Mahomes now on 1st down, letting one go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Green 39.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Robert Alford. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Get up! Get up!
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. A nice carry there of 15 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Justin Houston in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sack's on back-to-back plays.
Get up!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Ryan looking downfield for Jones. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here's Matt Bosher now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he stopped immediately there. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
There we go.
Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
We got 4. Ready. Green, 39.
Now here's Mahomes. And Hill with it over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down.